What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Russell, and we are back finally with a Starcraft 2 cast. And as you can tell, it's on Scrap Station, and in the 2:30-ish position, we have my good friend Wiggs, the blue Terran, and in the 12 o'clock position, we have the red Zerg SilentPanda. Zerg usually isn't silent, and they aren't really pandas, so his name, that kind of thing. But anyways, we will get right into it. Actually, there's really not much going on right now other than the standard opening for many Terran players and many Zerg players, with the Zerg sending out that Overlord to scout and doing the extractor trick. And this is a Gold League cast, so we will enjoy the Gold Leaguiness of it. But before we actually get into the game where I start talking about what's going to be going on, I want to put together like a little tournament between the fans of mine. Maybe I'll participate in it also. It all depends on like what we do, like how we do and everything like that. And I also want to get like a little bit of a prize pool going. But to do that, I don't really like make enough money to get a prize pool going. So if you would like to, I will leave a donation bar in the bottom, and the prize pool isn't going to be much. It's maybe going to be like 10-15 bucks for the winner, like 5-8 bucks for second, and I'm gonna have to go away and busy. Like 5-8 bucks for second, and then like 5 bucks for third also, something like that. Like, well, probably like 15 for the winner, 10 for second, and $5 for third or something. Just because it's not gonna be too big of a tournament, but it's gonna be a tournament nonetheless that some people would like to participate in. And anyways, we do see the spawning pool going down first for SilentPanda, going down about the 14 mark for the drone count, I believe is what I saw it at. And we have SilentPanda going out for that expansion here just after getting that spawning pool. And Wiggs just sitting here chilling, seeing as to what's going on, not knowing that, well, he did see the drone go down here, so he probably does know that this is here. And we do have Wiggs with his barracks up already, chasing away that Overlord, so he might actually be able to pick off a free Overlord with one Marine. It's gonna be iffy. It's gonna come down to the wire for that Marine. And he is getting in his orbital command, so he will be able to call down mules, scan, add extra supply in case he needs it on a dime, and he needs to move that Marine to like right here. Oh no, he might actually get it. I don't know. If he doesn't, that's gonna be one hell of a lucky Overlord. Ah, he almost got it. We do have 2 Lings on the way, 4 Lings on the way for Silent, and they might just be taking this watchtower for map control. And no, they are going to be coming up in here, but unfortunately it will be blocked. And we do have 2 barracks and a bunker just sitting here in the middle. So this Marine will be able to hold this attack off because these Lings will not be able to get up into the base. And we are finally seeing a reactor going up for Wiggs to pump out more Marines at the same time. So 2 at a time for the reactor. And then I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a tech lab on this barracks right here. And we finally see Wiggs going for his second refinery. He already has his first, and canceled that barracks. I'm not sure as to why. Maybe he wanted it to be a factory, I guess. Beats me as to why he canceled it. But anyways, we do have this Zergling here holding the Zelnaga watchtower, and we do have 2 Zerglings just picking away at these rocks. Can't get in there. Nope, can't get in there. Nope. I just wanted to get like an overtop behind the view of them doing that, but I couldn't. And we do see a Baneling nest going down for SilentPanda, so we might possibly see some try to see a Baneling bust up in here so that he can get some Banelings up in here and try and get one to the mineral line and just destroy everything in there. But we do see the factory just about to finish for Wiggs, and there it is. The factory just finishes for Wiggs, and we see this Marine moving out, going to see, maybe probably take this command center, not the command center, but this watchtower here. And we do finally see some drones starting to be produced here off of this. We only have 3 there so far, while he might need a few more drones here, maybe like 1 drone. There it is. And then he just needs to send the rest of them over to this expansion. And we had that Zergling take out that Marine. Alright, now I want to see, will he? No, he's not going to take that out with it. And the Zergling runs away. Alright, but now we have every single Zergling that SilentPanda does have on this rock. Oh no! Oh no, Wiggs, no! You're gonna lose him! And those Zerglings killing the SCV. The SCV just barely gonna get a scout in. just barely gonna see. I don't know if he saw that was up. No, he did not see the Baneling nest, so he will not be prepared for it because he did not see it. But these lings are going to finish off these rocks and more than likely bust in through the other rocks also, and then morph into a few Banelings to bust up this ramp to get inside the mineral line and to do damage. But now that we do have Hellions on the field, and Wiggs has 2 factories. Okay, so go for heavy factory play, but he is supply blocked, and he does not realize that, so he has 2 SCVs building supply depots. And we so far only have 4 Marines on the field. 6 Marines, my bad. These 2 are on patrol just in case this guy wants to come back. And yes, these lings are going to be busting through these rocks also, but only a few of them are unfortunately able to be on the rocks at the same time. So, I mean, if he wanted to, he could send a few down and surround it, but be a little bit risky. Wouldn't want to lose them. And now he's getting 2 Evo chambers, so let's see if he actually utilizes these correctly and actually upgrades instead of just letting them sit there like quite a few Zerg do when they get the 2 Evo chambers. Because quite a few Zerg actually, they get the Evo chambers, but they don't know why they get them. Like they'll watch replays of another Zerg player playing, and they'll see them go, oh, okay, this person put down 2 Evo chambers, and they're a lot better than me. I should do the same thing. And so they do, but unfortunately it doesn't really work out for them because they don't know as to what to do for the upgrades. Because we do see SilentPanda having much more than enough minerals to actually upgrade everything in the line here. So he can get all the upgrades going, and he could use, if he actually uses these lings right now, he might actually be able to pull off a victory here. But we do see a drop harass going from Wiggs. These will be coming into the back, and he will finally spot this Baneling nest, but he will probably do a ton of damage to the mineral line here, and these lings up front will have to be pulled off the line just to come deal with this. And oh my gosh, the Hellions have blue flame, and all of those drones are going in a straight line, losing every single drone. Oh my god! Oh, that sucks so bad. All of those drones going in one straight line and trying to use lings against these Hellions, but the lings are going in a straight line also, not going to be able to get this round on the Hellions yep, and killing every single ling also, every single drone on the front line here. No mining drones on his main here, and just barely any on his natural here either. Just taking every single drone out, not knowing what Silent's going to be able to do with all these drones being taken out, and the lings just being like herded around into a straight line so that the blue flame will just kill every single one, not even taking out a single Hellion yet. This Hellion having 1 HP, not knowing what to do, and so much damage, economic damage being caused by Wiggs right here, right now. But the layer tech does finish, and he is getting out those roaches finally. So these roaches will be able to clean this up unless if Wiggs does not pull them off, and losing 1 Hellion, losing the 2nd Hellion, losing the 3rd Hellion, and he finally loses that 4th Hellion. But we do still have these medevacs here. So much economic damage done to Panda right there. It's like not even funny as to how much damage was done. Panda losing so many workers. Where is that units lost? 63 units lost there. What tab am I looking for? I'm looking for this tab right here. Control R. Don't let me forget that. Control R. Workers killed. Oh, 35 workers killed. Oh my gosh. That's just like taken. Wiggs just took like a massive dump on Panda. Panda has like almost nothing to deal with this either because Wiggs does have these siege tanks here, but he does not have siege tech just yet. He is researching it right now, and he does have these here. But we don't have Panda using these at all, and I should probably get rid of this. And I just wanted to get that up there just to show the supply. And we have SilentPanda slowly working his way back up the drone count. He's back up to 22. But he does not have enough. And we see another medevac going out with another 4 Hellions. Hellion drop harass is so annoying as a Zerg player. Actually, Hellion drop harass is so annoying as any player. Because all the SCVs are light. The drones are light, the probes are light. It just sucks overall for any player who gets Hellion dropped. You have to be able to react instantly to it. Unfortunately, SilentPanda didn't react quick enough. We'll see how he does this time. And he does have a queen out, so we will see as to how this works here. The 4 Hellions are down. Wiggs has them targeted, and he is now going in. We're going to see another repeater. All the drones going to go in one single straight line, and the Hellions going to get every single one, and they are going to be going in a straight line. The Hellions are going to pull almost every single kill here. These drones just stopping. They need to keep moving, and Wiggs just destroying every single drone on his natural expansion. Also, Silent's got to be going. WTF, what is going on? He's down to 11 drones. His mineral income is almost non-existent. He's making 120 minerals a minute, I mean, not an hour. And Wiggs is just smoking him with the Hellion harass. And I believe we see another one coming in from the back. We see two Vikings. They finally picked off that Overlord that was sitting here. And the two Vikings are on a new attack move pattern, just looking for any Overlords that are in the vicinity of the area. And they will be going down here to the corner. And we do see some decent creep spread by Silent. We could see a little bit more of him using this, just selecting the creep and then just spreading it. And unfortunately for SilentPanda, the only anti-air units he has are the Queens. He has 2 Evo chambers, absolutely no upgrades on them yet, like I said, and my ear itches. But we do see Wiggs going down for that command center. I need to bring this production tab up. He has the command center up. He is very well turtled up in here. He has the 2 factories up in the front with supply depots and bunkers surrounding the main entrance so that really no Lings will be able to get in. But the moment the Lings are spotted up on this ramp, the siege tanks will just blow them to bits. And we do see the Vikings doing work to the Overlords, taking down 1 Overlord. And we're seeing the Queen getting pulled off the creep to come deal with this. Sorry, 2 Overlords being taken down. And I believe if Wiggs was to land these and attack the Queen, it might actually be able to kill the Queen also. But it looks like he's just gonna go picking off the Overlords. He's gonna pick off a 3rd Overlord here. And SilentPanda just really going, WTF, dude, stop it. Let me just play my macro game. But he doesn't really have that many buildings. He only has a Baneling Nest, Evo Chambers, and the Roach Warren with the spawning pool. He has like really no air units. At this point, you would think, okay, there's gonna be Hellion drops. Now there's Viking harass on the mineral line. The Vikings taking off the drones. Oh, this is so bad for Panda, and the Vikings just lift off before the Roaches can do anything. Vikings each getting 5 kills, 4 kills, both of them having quite a bit of number of kills, and these Banelings not even being utilized for anything. And this command center is now finished, and we will be seeing it morphed into an orbital command before it does lift off and land. And this Viking could use a repair. He's probably like, hey, SCV, come over here. My thrusters are out. And then we do see 2 more barracks going down for Wiggs. So, selling that bunker, selling both bunkers, okay. Getting those minerals back. It looks like he might actually be looking to move out for a push because he did unsiege every single tank here. And he is moving out to the center here. He does need to secure this though because it is about the 18-minute mark. And you know, that's a little bit less than average for getting an expansion, because nowadays a lot of players, depending on what league you are in, a lot of players love to go for that very early expansion. If they are lucky, if the other player doesn't really attack them within the first like 6 minutes of the game and they get that early expansion up, then they're pretty much set. So we do see Wiggs taking that expansion when he does have a decent enough army to defend it very, very easily against the almost non-existent army of Panda. But we are seeing an infestation pick going down for Panda right now. So we are finally going to see some fungal growths. Those fungal growths, or I should say infestors, and those infestors are just going to do mass amounts of damage. But we are seeing another drop here commencing from Wiggs. But all these roaches are going to be up front in here too, and we will see any roach that tries to run through the line just get decimated by all these siege tanks. And here it comes, and all those roaches getting killed by the siege tanks, and then he's just like, oh shh, and he backs up. But at the same time, we do see Wiggs dropping all of his Marines in the drone line yet again. And this is why, this is why I don't really like Terran, because of every single drop. They can just drop so easily. They are able to get their drop units, like the medevacs, just so much quicker. And the fact that the medevacs can heal at the same time, it just sucks even worse. But he will be taking this out, and he probably should try and take out that infestation pit. That will probably be his best bet. But we are seeing the roaches coming in here, and he's just going to take down. Is he going to take this down? He might actually take down the layer. Oh, that would just suck for Panda. Taking down the layer, lifting up all of his Marines to get away from those Broodlords and to get away from those roaches. What he should be doing now is just dropping and killing the rest of the buildings. But no, he is going to back out, and he is going to fly those Marines home. And, and the Banelings, did not even see the Baneling drop here, but Wiggs reacting correctly, pulling off all of his SCVs, reacting just in time for that. and bringing over these medevacs just to check to see if there's anything else over here. And he is unsieging, and he is sieging up in the ghost. And the ghost here? The ghost? Really? Smoke. I meant to say smoke, not ghost. Which is a very good tactic to do, as long as you have units on the outside, so that the tanks can actually see on the outside, so that they can attack on the outside too. But with the air support, they are able to see on the outside to attack. And we still just see SilentPanda having very little roach count, very little army. He has almost no army. Like, every single unit I have selected here is pretty much his army, other than these here. So he only has 20 roaches and 1 ling. I don't even know where that little guy is. I wish I did. Is he still? Yeah, he's still on the Zelnaga Watchtower. Alright. What a baller. But we are seeing SilentPanda trying to do something here, taking this expansion. But unfortunately, at the same time, Wiggs is moving out directly towards it. So SilentPanda just not able to catch a break. And Wiggs, is he going to drop here? No, it does not look like he is going to drop here. Nope, he is just moving out to over here. Okay, and it looks like SilentPanda might be taking this expansion also. Yep, he will be taking the gold expansion, and Wiggs is now moving back because he did see the red block here, and he will be dropping this Marines. And SilentPanda is gonna have to force. It's like forcing SilentPanda to cancel, and he does cancel just in time to get those minerals back. And Wiggs does reload all of his Marines back up in there, and he will be, I believe, moving out again for another little attack on the drone line, because we do see the expansion finally being saturated, the natural just being rebuilt. So we might see a few more drones finally be putting on here, but I don't know. And we do have the infestation pit, but I'm not sure if he's actually even able to make any of the infestors. Yes, he is. Okay, that was my fault, because I thought you needed like the tech to actually build it, but I guess not. Once you have the building down, you're good. And we don't have any infestors on the field. We don't see any being made either. We finally see some concussive shells and Stimpack. I'm sorry about that noise. Stimpack being researched by Wiggs, so it's really late in the game for that. But it doesn't really matter, because those Hellions in the beginning just did so much damage to SilentPanda. The Hellion drops killing, how many? What is he at now? How many workers? No, it's not Shift R, it's Control R. There we go. We have 76 workers killed by Wiggs. 76 workers killed. That is a ridiculous amount of workers killed. And we are seeing all of these Marines being dropped, and we are seeing roaches coming into the play. We do see these Marauders also in here, and I need to get rid of this barn. And these Marines just doing work to these roaches. They are getting surrounded, but there are so many medevacs with full energy to do all of the healing. The Marines had to be like pretty much focus fire just to get taken out. But the Marines are going to be able to not mop this up, and he does lift up the Hellions, and he is going to kill all of these Overlords. These Overlords just needing like 2 shots per Overlord, and just taking them all out. Oh my gosh, SilentPanda. Why? And he will be getting another Overlord, picking off 2 more, and he will be supply blocking SilentPanda yet again. SilentPanda just not reacting correctly to what he needs to be doing in this situation. He should have gotten a Hydralisk den a lot sooner. He doesn't even have a Hydralisk den on the way. And Wiggs just pretty much having fun here. I wouldn't be surprised knowing him if he's just laughing the whole entire time this is happening, because his macro, like, he doesn't really have them. He has so many minerals. Why not? Why aren't you spending them? Ah! He needs to build like a ton of barracks just to pump out a ton of Marines and everything, a ton of factories, a ton of starports, just whatever, just do something, build like another 4 expansions. Because about this point, that is about average for a Terran player who is playing a macro-based game against a Zerg to have about 3 or 4 expansions at the 26-minute mark to produce those tier 3 units like Thors, Thor, and everything else like that, like battle cruisers. But we don't see any battle cruisers or Thors. We just see Marine, Marauder, Medevac, Hellion, tanks, which is about an average, or more than average ball for any Terran player. We do see this fellow going and building an engineering bay. Doesn't even have one. He doesn't even have an engineering bay. No upgrades, no nothing, just the buildings. But we also see the same over here for SilentPanda. No upgrades, just the buildings. So like I said earlier in the game, SilentPanda not utilizing these Evo chambers correctly, not upgrading when he should have. And he's going to lose this game because he's just Wiggs is just so far ahead of him in army resource count, mineral supply, just everything like that, drone count, all of that. So SilentPanda, I don't think he'll be able to pull off a victory here. And we do see the concussive shells taking out those Marines. We do see quite a few more Marauders going to be taking out all of these Roaches. The Roaches just dropping like flies to these Marauders because Marauders do extra damage versus armored units. Yes, they do 20 versus armored units. And these Marauders just doing work to all of these buildings, losing the Baneling Nest, the Evo Chamber, and going to be losing the Roach Warren. It just does not look good for SilentPanda unless if he has like a hidden expo that I don't even see, but I do know he has the gold down here, and I did not forget about that. Don't worry, I knew it was there, I just never mentioned it. And SilentPanda has left the game. So Wiggs with great Hellion harass, showing exactly like how devastating having those blue flame Hellions can be, because a lot of players don't really get the blue flame Hellions because it's just like, why should I get them when a Marine Marauder medevac ball can do just as much damage? But as you can tell, if you do have the blue flame Hellion drops and you drop on the units, it just does so much economic damage that and it's just so hard for the player to recover from that. And as we can tell, SilentPanda not being able to recover quickly enough, not teching correctly, everything like that, because what he should have done when he knew that the drops were coming in, Hydralisk would have corrected that. Mutas would have fought that off, especially against those Hellions, because Hellions only attack ground units. So we're seeing SilentPanda not going correctly, and Wiggs kind of suffering there in the macro at the end. But overall, playing a great game with all of the harass, and probably could have gotten a lot of upgrades a lot sooner in the expansions, a little bit quicker. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the flip side.